Is there not also the problem, though, that any human movement tends to develop mixtures? I mean, even the most idealistic utopian movements that have ever existed have developed problems. And as you said about Martin Luther King himself, he was a complex individual with human failings as well, despite his great heroism. We talked earlier about Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. You said they were great in certain ways, but also horrible in other respects. And just along those lines, I really like this poem by some author that I found. Would you like to recite it for us?
Very generous, and I love the image next to it. That's
I
really
thought it
awesome.
sort of communicates a bit of the connection with biblical studies, because often from the ancient biblical world we have fragments, we have pieces. We don't fully understand the language. We maybe don't even have the complete text. We don't know the entire textual transmission history. We have fragments, and we have to try to understand truth from those pieces that we have. So that's why I thought of the image in connection to your poem.
I just thought that was your dog-eared copy of the book. I thought you were really underlining it like crazy. It
Yes.
says truth. No one's got it all. Neither side, neither nation, neither denomination, neither of us. For who can capture the truth? Truth, absolute truth, also known as love, does indeed exist. Who can possess or wrap one's arms around something bigger than oneself? You know, it's I feel something sort of reading it now. You know, I wrote this a long time ago, um, and in so many ways, I think it was really meant to be more of a theological statement around an awe for the divine, and the danger of trying to imagine capturing even a portion of what the divine is, of what God is, and the like futility, but almost kind of irreverence of trying to overly describe anything connected to something so much bigger than and more complex and more beautiful than our grandest thought. And yet I think there's something convicting around this political moment where so much of our conversation is us and them. You're right and they're wrong. One of the things my wife talks about in political science is the danger of kind of putting our best against their worst, which happens in media and social media and conversation all the time, of kind of pointing out this really shameful moment or thing that their team did, and all the good that we've done and are going to do in our policy and our platforms.
Very typical.
Forgetting that there are good people on both sides, which is a dangerous phrase that has gotten the president in a lot of trouble, referring to kind of white nationalists and protesters of white nationalists. And I don't mean it in that sense, but that there are humans on both sides who have dreams and fears and want to be good parents and want to take care of their aging parents, and want and like funny shows and movies, and maybe the other party has some points worth listening to. Maybe they're not a zero and we're not a 100. And maybe we're all here for a reason. That doesn't mean we tolerate crap. It doesn't mean we tolerate racism and bigotry. But it doesn't mean that the other side is trash. No human's trash.